Hey guys, so it's my 300th video today. That is insane. I have made 300 videos on this channel. So I thought in celebration of my 300th video I would react to my old videos because some of them are probably going to be quite embarrassing just because they are much older and they're not necessarily as good quality, and it's also funny because I started making them when I was 17, so let's see how sort of the style of my videos have changed over the years. I have a feeling it's going to be quite a lot just because of things I personally know that I do now compared to what I used to. So I'm going to stop rambling and I'm actually just going to firstly start off with the first video, which is a wardrobe tour. I remember filming this quite early in the day. It wasn't particularly great because where my wardrobe was has really poor lighting. I'm not expecting brilliance from these videos. I'm not really expecting anything, to be honest, in terms of quality because they're not very good, and some of these videos have sort of less than 10 views on them. So let's have a look, shall we? So first video I ever made, which is very shaky cam probably because I was filming this on a little handheld camera.
Guys, so today's challenge is basically
that is
to
awful.
explain your wardrobe arrangement.
It
My
is
wardrobe
so
arrangement, I don't actually have
wobbly.
a wardrobe in my room. I share my wardrobe. This is actually huge, this wardrobe. Spike it up here.
That is, oh, I know what's happened to the video. The old shaky cam thing that YouTube used to do. When you watch it, it's like there's a weird like bouncing black line thing to make it stable. Because the stability is probably really terrible.
Okay,
it's
so
bad quality.
I divide clothes by, on the rails, I divide them by type, not by style or season or colour.
I still do that.
Mainly
by type, not by season or by colour. If you watch all my other YouTube like wardrobe tours, exactly the same.
This section, then I will grab something from this section. Then I'll grab something from that section and then maybe grab something from down there. So it's a lot more easier to kind of like pick and choose about what I'm doing. So I'll just run you through everything that I've got. So here we have all my jeans. I say all my jeans,
when I'm
missing a few pairs, but
when I used to wear jeans.
Probably about 5 pairs of jeans and those are some of them.
Let's have a flick through
T-shirts
these.
and stuff, most of my t-shirts.
So that was sort of the first few minutes of that video. It's kind of appalling, to be honest with you, the quality of the video. Because I was sort of holding it, I remember filming this, because I was sort of holding it with my camera, and my camera at the time was very small. I'll actually go get it. I was actually filming on this little like Fujifilm camera, so it was actually really quite small, and I was quite nervous because it was my first video. If you're planning on doing a video, don't make the first video that you've ever done as a handheld, because you will sort of be shaking kind of uncontrollably, and I was having to kind of hold the camera like this. So that one was a disaster, but I think that because that was my first video ever, as you can also tell by it, I didn't edit it at all. For the first few videos, I literally would only edit sort of the first bit and the last bit to kind of like get rid of sort of the shaky cam of like turning the camera on and off again. So that was my first video, which is kind of embarrassing. The next video I actually used some form of tripod. This is my makeup collection and storage, how I used to have my setup, but it's fine.
Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a whole
I still say hey guys.
Everything that I own makeup-wise today. I kind of want to do this because
again with the shaky
cam, out kind of really collecting makeup and stuff, and I sort of want to do a kind of a before and after. I've been collecting makeup properly for probably about 6 months now, and I kind of just want to see what it amounts to later, and also I just want to show you my basic setup of how everything is.
Yeah.
So this is the main desk where I have, it's actually my bedside desk. The only reason why I do that is because my mirror's up there and it's just convenient. I stand up and do my makeup and everything's kind of down below me.
So that's again, it's a really awkward shaky cam. I'm actually just skipping a bit till where I am on the floor of this.
So then that's that. Mascaras and
this is where I go through like all the different individual packages.
Eyelash curlers, I don't really.
This used to be like my bag setup.
Eyelash curlers, so I think I just bought these for Superdrug quite cheaply. Lots of different mascaras. Oh, there's my main mascara. I don't tend to really buy the same mascara twice. It's quite unusual for me. I basically just buy whatever on offer or whatever.
Still do that.
At the time.
Buy whatever on offer. Well, let's do the eyeshadow section because I love me some eyeshadows.
It's more of red shades and I don't know where it is currently. Okay,
it's kind of weird the fact that I see it a lot of this makeup. It's weird because I see a lot of this makeup and it's actually I still have it, so it means that these makeup items are like 4 years old.
I just bought them in 3 colours.
That's not hygienic.
I really like the colours, so I just had those try and see how they are. MAC Prep and Prime, which I love. I need to try more primers, but I think I might just stick with this because I've had it for months now and it doesn't look like it's been used, so that's really quite helpful. These are actually NYX, where are they? What are they? I can't remember.
See, I didn't cut that out.
Curly, loose
I'm just
powders,
rambling on and I didn't cut that out. It's really bad.
Tiny little tubes like this, and
I needed to learn how to edit. I had no excuse because I was just using Movie Maker and I've only really used Movie Maker iMovie and only very recently used Premiere Pro from Adobe.
And they actually don't really look like they've been used.
I needed to learn to actually, you know, edit my videos. It's kind of frustrating. Okay, I'm kind of embarrassed about this whole, mainly because for half the reason the fact that I am just rambling on like a crazy person. I haven't edited it at all. This was probably my first video where I sort of chopped 2 clips together, but other than that I haven't edited it. I feel kind of embarrassed that I still have quite a lot of the makeup shown here because you really should throw out makeup. It's really bad if you keep makeup for ages. I'm gonna go on to my first ever makeup tutorial. This only has 53 views. That's kind of embarrassing.
Hey guys, I'm going to be doing my lilac smoky eye thing, I can't decide on the name at the moment, tutorial. I hope you really
That was me
like
trying to
this,
be
guys.
quirky. I don't know what video title I'm going to do.
It's relatively easy to apply and do and manipulate and make it your own as well, so I hope you really like this look. You will find out that I've had a tiny bit of trouble at filming it, but then again it is my first video, so I'm allowed to have a tiny bit of trouble filming it. Also, I apologise for my cold. I am not pronouncing titles of things and brand names right. I realised I just looked over it and I was saying Rimmel instead of Rimmel. So I'm sorry about that.
I'm very nervous. But also, can we just talk about my eyebrows for a second?
Anywho,
my eyebrows are
later all
ridiculously thin.
List of products and
this is why I have ball patches in my eyebrows, because 17-year-old me plucked the hell out of them. I'm so annoyed at that because it just looks terrible. See, I didn't even cut out the terrible like thing. I still kind of do this tutorial, by the way. Like, I still really like using. I love Nivea Hydro Care still.
Lip balm. I would rub that away when I'm doing the next bit. Next, I'm using MAC Prep and Prime in light.
I just can't get over how disgusting my little eyebrows are.
My finger in. And use that. If you don't have.
By the way, I did not know what I was talking about at this point.
I would just recommend always using the eyeshadow base.
I only started really making tutorials when I realised I was vaguely good at doing makeup. But at this point, I really didn't know.
Just make sure you use some kind of base.
Like, you shouldn't use concealer.
Next thing I'm using is
don't use concealer as a primer.
Eyeshadow pencil and milk. I'm just going to.
You can use NYX eyeshadow pencil and milk. That's a very good primer.
Just going to line the lash line about there, I would say, about 3/4 of the way.
It's quite sad because the ring that I have on that finger I've actually lost, so I'm getting a bit nostalgic about the ring. So I miss that ring.
And then use your finger to blend it in.
Blend
you could
it
use a
out.
brush. Fingers. It's just easier. Okay.
I'm filming it really awkward because where I was actually sitting, I was actually sitting on the ground, and the table was probably about this height.
This one's
So I was kind of like raised up and I couldn't really move because my elbows kept hitting the table. I remember doing this so well, it's actually embarrassing.
Concealer brush.
That's not a flat top concealer brush. This is me trying to pretend like I know what I'm doing. I think this is sort of the philosophy of when you start on YouTube. You don't know what you're doing at all. I'm actually going to shut myself up. You don't know what you're doing at all, and in some ways it's good because you mean that you're learning while doing. I prefer to do that. I am a autodidact. I prefer to learn through doing things and being self-taught. The majority of the things that I actually know are either self-taught, or when I have been to like uni and school and things, I've had courses and things that have sort of enabled learning, not necessarily like shoving the learning down your throat. But that's the point. I didn't know what I was talking about, and it's kind of embarrassing that I thought that I knew the things that I was talking about. I still don't technically know the stuff that I talk about because I consider myself to be sort of a journalist and a vlogger in terms of I know what I'm doing around the videos, not necessarily what I am talking about in the videos. I feel like I'm a lot more honest because I don't really know what I'm talking about that much. I don't proclaim to be a makeup artist, unlike some of the people on YouTube who are first and foremost makeup artists and then YouTubers. I consider myself a YouTuber first and then sort of any sort of makeup person. Makeup was just sort of the medium that I chose to write and talk about. I don't know how many more of these I want to sort of react to, just because I know that they're all going to basically be the exact same thing. That the main problems with these videos are the fact that it's not very great quality. It is me at 17 not knowing what I'm talking about, not really knowing what I'm doing on YouTube, not knowing at all about video making and video editing and things like that. It's quite nostalgic to kind of flick through the thumbnails and things of sort of what I was talking about. I am actually planning on sort of redoing a few of these videos just so I have them in sort of a better format. So it may look like I'm basically just redoing things, but there are a few tutorials and things like this on this in my early days that I would like to just recreate now that I have better lighting, better quality of videos in general. So for example, like brush cleaning, doing different like cute little hairstyles, even things like the no mirror makeup challenge, which is such a great little thing, you know, 10 products I would repurchase, all these sorts of things. I think it's kind of funny the fact that it's basically a detailed version of my life, and it's so weird to look back on 300 videos because, you know, I have room tours of rooms that I haven't lived in 3 years. I have the first uni room that I have ever been in, which, by the way, if you want to go see what, like, the dream uni room looks like, go and see my video, because it was, like, in the attic space, and it was huge. I had a massive desk, it had, like, wooden beams, it was beautiful. But it's just really fun to sort of see the different sort of things and what I was sort of into. I'm sort of in the 2 years ago mark, so this would have been in my first year in uni, so 3 years ago. I did a lot of makeup tutorials, sort of very, like, I'm at the moment in my like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I think it's really interesting to sort of see the amount of stuff that I used to produce, and of course my ginormous, I did have a massive gap at one point when I was stopping making videos, and then I started making them again. I tend to do this, I tend to have sort of times when I don't make any videos and then I suddenly throw myself back in and make tons. I do this all the time, and I know it's really irritating for like people. I haven't been doing it recently because I've had a bigger following, so I don't really feel like taking 2-3 weeks breaks, or even like in one case I had like a 5-month break of YouTube. I kind of just want to keep working on videos because I find it very, not necessarily relaxing, but I like doing it in my spare time because I'm doing something productive even though I'm doing something that I would be doing anyway. I'm doing a hobby. I'm not doing this as sort of work, which is how I've kind of kept the attitude of YouTube throughout my years. I'm not as embarrassed as I was when I first had quite a lot of viewers, when my Elsa and my Anna looks and DIYs went really big. I actually went through a lot of my sort of embarrassing videos and put them all and set them all to private. I've now undone that, and now everything is public, because I feel like it's good to see what YouTubers used to be like, and it's quite nice to have sort of the nostalgic sort of looking back of what it used to be, because it used to be terrible lighting, terrible everything, and then I have grown and got a lot better. I think it's also good, especially when look through things and realise, okay, I wasn't good at the start, I wasn't even passable, I deserve the amount of views that I got in my first few things. I'm not thinking this my first few videos, my first 100 videos were any good. It's quite fun to look back on these videos. I think it's also good to see the fact that I have actually become a lot better. I am very self-critical about my work, and I think that basically every video is terrible. I've grown to the point where I just think I just need to upload it. I can't stop messing with it. It's not going to get any better. I just need to get it out there. But when I look back in these videos, I realise actually I have done a lot better. If you look back and see where you've actually been, you realise that you're not actually as bad as you think. So that's kind of a nice feeling to get out of this. So here's to another 300 videos. Anyway, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye! Not again! Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a road test and first impressions review of the L'Oreal Paris Cushion Foundation.